Many people think being alone is the same as being lonely, but that couldn't be further from the truth. In fact, people who enjoy solitude often have unique strengths and qualities that make them resilient, wise, and deeply content. Today, we'll count down 10 amazing qualities of people who like to be alone, especially in the later stages of life. Whether you're newly retired, widowed, or simply someone who enjoys quiet moments, these qualities may sound very familiar. 1. They are self-sufficient people who like to be alone, learn to rely on themselves, whether that means cooking a meal, handling errands, or finding ways to stay entertained. This independence creates a deep sense of pride and confidence because you know you're capable of handling life on your own terms. Self-sufficiency also means you're less rattled when life throws a curveball. You trust your ability to figure things out. And over time, this strength becomes part of your identity. People around you often admire this quiet competence, and it can even inspire others to become more capable in their own lives. Here's a tip. If you'd like to grow your self-sufficiency, start small. Try learning one new task or skill this month that you normally rely on others for. 2. They appreciate simplicity. Alone time often teaches people to enjoy the simple things in life. A quiet morning coffee, listening to birds outside, or reading a good book can feel incredibly fulfilling when you've learned to slow down. These small joys become a kind of daily meditation, bringing peace and grounding even during stressful times. People who appreciate simplicity often need less to feel content, and that contentment shines through in the way they live. Others notice the calm and sometimes even seek it out for themselves. Here's a tip. To cultivate simplicity, try keeping a short gratitude list each evening. Just jot down 3 small moments that made you smile that day. 3. They are excellent listeners. People who enjoy solitude often spend more time observing and reflecting, which makes them better listeners in conversations. Because they're not in a rush to speak, they give space for others to express themselves fully. This quality creates deeper, more meaningful relationships with friends, family, and even casual acquaintances. In fact, being listened to is one of the greatest gifts you can give another person. It builds trust, connection, and respect. Solitude prepares people for this by teaching patience and presence. Here's a tip. To strengthen your listening skills, try pausing a moment before replying in conversations. It shows others that you're truly taking in their words. 4. They are comfortable with silence. In today's world, silence can feel uncomfortable for many, but those who enjoy being alone know how peaceful it can be. Silence allows the mind to rest, reflect, and even come up with creative ideas. It can also deepen relationships because you learn that not every moment with someone needs to be filled with words. Being comfortable with silence makes you easier to be around since you don't pressure others to fill every gap with chatter. Instead, you radiate a kind of ease that people often find refreshing. Here's a tip. Try practicing a few minutes of quiet each day. No TV, no phone, just you and your thoughts. It's amazing how refreshing it can feel. 5. They are more creative. Solitude often sparks creativity. Without constant distractions, people have the mental space to paint, write, garden, or come up with new solutions to problems. Many hobbies that bring joy in later life, like photography, music, or storytelling, flourish in quiet moments. Creativity doesn't always mean producing something grand. It can be as simple as arranging flowers in a vase or experimenting with a new recipe. People who value alone time often use it as a workshop for ideas, and that creative energy carries over into other parts of life too. Here's a tip. Set aside 15 minutes a day to create something. Whether it's a sketch, a journal entry, or even a new recipe, Creativity grows when you make time for it. 6. They build strong self-awareness. Spending time alone gives people the chance to understand themselves on a deeper level, what they like, dislike, and value most in life. This self-awareness makes decision-making easier because you're clear on what truly matters to you. It also helps reduce stress since you don't waste as much energy second-guessing yourself. People who are self-aware tend to walk through life with greater confidence, grounded in a sense of inner stability. Alone time provides the mirror for that growth. Here's a tip. Try journaling once or twice a week. Writing down your thoughts helps you recognize patterns and understand yourself better. 7. They are emotionally resilient. Life isn't always easy, especially as we age, but people who embrace solitude often develop strong coping skills. They know how to sit with emotions, process them, and move forward without becoming overwhelmed. Instead of avoiding difficult feelings, they allow themselves to experience them fully, which builds emotional muscle over time. This resilience makes them steady and dependable, even in difficult times. Friends and family often lean on them because they radiate calm and strength when challenges arise. Here's a tip. When you're facing a tough moment, practice deep breathing before reacting. It helps calm emotions and builds resilience over time. 8. They value quality over quantity in relationships. People who like being alone don't feel pressured to have a large social circle. Instead, they value deep, genuine connections with a few close friends or family members. These relationships often bring more comfort and joy than dozens of casual acquaintances. When you're selective about who you spend time with, you invest more energy into the bonds that truly matter. The result is relationships built on trust, warmth, and loyalty, connections that stand the test of time. Here's a tip. Focus on nurturing 1 or 2 meaningful relationships this week. Call a friend, write a letter, or invite someone for coffee. 9. They are comfortable with who they are. Spending time alone often leads to self-acceptance. People who embrace solitude don't need constant validation from others. They know their worth. This quiet confidence is incredibly attractive and often inspires others to feel more secure in themselves too. When you're comfortable with who you are, you spend less time worrying about what others think and more time living authentically. It's one of the most liberating qualities a person can develop, and it allows you to move through life with ease and grace. Here's a tip. Each morning, remind yourself of one thing you genuinely appreciate about who you are. It's a simple practice that builds confidence day by day. 10. They find joy in solitude. At the very top of the list, people who like being alone find joy in it. Solitude isn't a punishment, it's a gift. It's the freedom to spend time however you wish, to recharge, to reflect, and to enjoy life at your own pace. People who embrace solitude often describe it as restorative, like a well they can draw from again and again. This joy becomes a form of strength because when you know how to be happy on your own, you're never truly lonely. You're complete in yourself, and that is an empowering way to live. Here's a tip. Don't feel guilty for choosing solitude. Schedule it like any other important activity and treat it as a form of self-care. Spending time alone doesn't mean being lonely. It often means being wise, resilient, and at peace. These 10 qualities remind us that solitude can be a strength, especially in our later years. Whether you see yourself in one of these traits or all of them, remember, embracing alone time can lead to a fuller, more joyful life. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing for more thoughtful conversations about living well in your golden years.